with the Matrix or like Star Wars or whatever, like there's always this hero's journey where they have this idea, they are presented with the opportunity to be great, they go for it, and they start seeing like there's some glimmers of like, wow, like this is actually, I'm onto something. And then they get their ass kicked. And really during that ass kicking is just to allow you a time out to reassess, to understand like, okay, I'm here, I got knocked down, I don't freaking like it, I'm pretty pissed, but what am I going to do about it? And am I going to do it through anger, frustration, or am I going to do it through self-love and understanding that this is just a level that I'm going to get through and it's going to promote me to a greater consciousness? You're going to get to a greater level of excellence, but a greater level of consciousness, greater level of awareness. So you got to understand that being still is great. It allows you to breathe. And we live in a society right now where we are, man, like we are fast. Everything's got to be fucking so fast that our world just gets so like, it gets very overwhelming. So what I've been able to do is, yeah, did I use fear as a tactic? Did I use anger and frustration through things that occurred in my life to get me through those extra reps in life, not just in the gym? Absolutely. But what I did realize is that it was only a Band-Aid that I was doing. Those things that were traumatic, or whether it be little traumas or big traumas, still existed. And D, my friend D, was just on here. He was asking about self-sabotage. I think when we get very, very close to our breakthrough, we tend to self-sabotage because we're kind of aware of the fact that there's some imposter syndrome still left in us. What if I win? What kind of responsibilities am I going to have after I win something, after I get the promotion, after I get the house, the car, the muscles, the title? People want titles all the time. They want titles in their job. They want all this stuff. But I can tell you this, I think if we all close our eyes and we imagine like us getting that title, the one that we really, really want, there's going to be a little bit of anxiety that comes along with that because it's unfreaking known. Like, you don't know exactly the ins and outs to this stuff. If you were to be the president of your company, you don't know everything, and you have to be able to adapt to everything. So sometimes we self-sabotage. Sometimes we don't go as hard. Sometimes we're okay with just blending in instead of standing out. And I'm speaking to my brother D right now, like, bro, I know you, man. I've known you for over 20 years, man. Like, whatever you're going through, you got to make sure that you stand 10 toes down. You've come through so much adversity in your life, brother. And you're here. You have opportunity. You have people like me who support you from afar, that love you. You have people close to you that love you, that want to see you succeed. But here's the thing. You've got to want to succeed. You've got to understand, and this goes for everybody, you guys got to want this more than air itself. Like E.T. Eric Thomas would say, you got to want it more than breathing. But wait, I say it with the dream killer mentality. You've got to not just have the dreams, you have to have the actions that make those dreams come true. See, we just live in this hopeful society like, oh man, I hope for this, I hope for that. That is smoking on hopium your entire freaking life. We can't just stay in this place where we're hoping for things, because then when we're given an opportunity, it's just like me when I did the 2010 Miss Olympia. I was ready. I was ready. Man, I was ready. At least I thought I was. Until there is me and Jay Cutler standing on that stage, and and for one split second, I'm like, man, if Bob Chicarillo names me Mr. Olympia, I ain't ready for that. I literally had that whisper in my head. So if that's in my head when the opportunity arises, what was my frequency as I was building up these muscles and stuff? I was just building up the exterior. I wasn't dealing with the internal pressure. Asking myself a question like, what will it feel like? Not what will it look like? Not how much money I'll make. But what will it feel like when I win? Address those unknowns. Play that game theory in your mind, and I can guarantee you, once you can write it down and make it make sense over and over again, I think you'll have some repetition. Now you'll be in a better situation to accept the reality of it, to accept the reality of the unknown, and be willing to what? Adapt. We're adaptable creatures. And I think a lot of the time we forget that because of how life has kicked our ass. But every time you got your ass beat, you had an opportunity to adapt, or you just stay the hell down. To what? Adapt. We're adaptable creatures. And I think a lot of the time we forget that because of how life has kicked our ass. But every time you got your ass beat, you had an opportunity to adapt, or you just stay the hell down. And that's what I want you guys to do. As I sweat my ass off in here, I've got another 5 minutes. I just put it up to 10, but so it won't shut off. I want you guys to champion through this day. I want you guys to remind yourself that there is no imposter syndrome, because you're not an imposter in your own freaking body. You're not an imposter in your own fucking body. That's that bullshit whisper that you have in your ear, telling you that you can't do it, that you're not good enough, that you're not valuable. It's bullshit. I think you guys can do a lot more. You just have to believe in doing more, and you have to see it, and you have to, you got to like see it. You got to close your eyes. You got to see it when you're walking down the street. You got to like own that shit. Like I'm getting me a win today. Because when I went into the gym every freaking day, I didn't think I was going to lose. When I went into the gym, I didn't give a fuck what was going on. I didn't think I was going to just get my ass beat. These weights was going to get their ass beat. So I love you guys, and I love the questions that are coming in. How am I doing, Samuel? I'm doing great. I feel like doing these sauna chats more, because I am freaking pumped for myself and for you guys. I want you guys to go after it, because I know in my life, when I've really gone after it, I had no regrets. Doesn't mean that I was winning everything. It didn't mean I was winning everything, but I didn't have any regrets, man. The question was, will I train some of you guys? I offer one-to-one coaching on my program, and I'm more than willing to help you guys. For all you guys want me on your podcast and stuff like that, you guys got to DM me, and someone from the team will probably reach back out. Be very descriptive as to what you want, whether it be virtual or in person. We can try to see if we can make that happen. To everybody wanting better, wanting more, ask yourself, are you doing more? What are you currently doing? If this was chest day, you would do more. If I said do another set of chest, you would do more. Do another set of legs, you ain't gonna do more. If that creeps into your head and you're like, man, do another set, like, have me in your fucking ear. Because I can tell you this, the people that have gone on my website, philfit.com, and got the 12-week programs, they've been hitting me up saying like, man, I've been getting my ass beat. Can you say something into my DM? And I'm like, you got this. Do one more set. Do it again. That's how champions are made. You got to get pushed. And I wrote those programs to push you. They're not easy. So it ain't for everybody. So I believe I've seen a lot of guys that are talking about like the ailments, like their injuries and such. Guys, you got to find a physio. I'm not a doctor, but I have had minor injuries, and of course I've had the 2 hernia surgeries and whatnot. But I can tell you, like, recovery has to be as top as your food and as top as your training. It doesn't get talked about enough. They just say like, okay, do a cold plunge, do sauna. but like they don't have like a sequence. And I'm building the sequence, and I'm going to be launching that real soon, of how I did it, how I'm 45 years young, skin is thin, muscles are still banging, and still full of life. You know, so you know, I want you guys to go after it. I want you guys to do it with love for once. People will tell you, like, use the anger, use the fucking fire. The fire in your belly needs to come from the fact that you love what you do. People will tell you, like, use the anger, use the fucking fire. The fire in your belly needs to come from the fact that you love what you do. See, I didn't know that originally. But as I gotten older, I realized that that's what I have to rely on more as an everlasting fuel. Because the love is everything. Oh man, it's so powerful. Love for yourself can defeat any demon, can defeat any adversity. But if you don't love yourself, you're going to talk down to yourself. You're going to talk shit to yourself, and you can't do that. We'll get into some more questions. One of the guys was asking about my visit to the White House. I had a freaking blast, man. It was such an incredible time. I was there for Black History Month. To be acknowledged by the president was just, I mean, bucket list. Man, so sick. A lot of great people, a lot of great connections I made during that visit. I look forward to doing more soon. I'm not running for any type of political office. However, I would love to be a part of the President's Fitness Council of Sports and Wellness, all that good stuff. I would love to be a part of whatever initiatives RFK is doing, because I do recognize that he works out a lot. And this world now with different diets and such, I mean, I'm very, very excited. My wife just turned on the light. Hey, baby. You're wearing your Arnold Classic t-shirt, I see.
Yes.
And that's all you're wearing.
Yep.
I like it. I'm just with these guys. Thanks for turning that on. Is the light flickering now? Yeah, it's flickering, right? I literally have 6% on my phone. I got 4 minutes in here, so I'm going to wrap this up in a minute. How do I
Remember you getting jacked in the sauna?
Am I getting swole?
Yeah.
It's because you left your weights in here. Yeah. Love you, babe. All right. It says, what advice do you give to someone trying to start bodybuilding but can't? I'm trying to read these comments, man. You guys are the best, man. You guys are flooding my timeline so much that I can't even, I'm missing some of them. This guy says, please double biceps. I can't do it, dude. I hit like single biceps earlier. What's your opinion about taking pre-workout before training? I think it's great. Do you think it's necessary to take this pre-workout to improve yourself in your trainings? Actually, I do believe pre-workout is great. The problem is, I think when you see like these pre-workouts, they keep, they're overstimulated. I think we got hooked on stems. So a lot of you guys, like anyone that's taking pre-workout that has over 300 milligrams in their pre, you got to ask yourself, like, what is your goal? Just to be stemmed out, or is it to get muscle? Because here's the thing, I don't believe. Yes, I remember going to Kerry Case's show in England. Yes, I love Kerry Case. Anyone that knows Kerry Case in the UK, tell him I love him. Him and Jan are the greatest. But pre-workouts, I believe there was a study that showed like anything over 275 milligrams of caffeine will become a constrictor. So then you're trying to have a vasodilator with like the citrulline dimalates, like, L-arginines, the S7, sulfonyl-6. Shout out to Matt Nickerson with sulfonyl-6. That shit is powerful. But you cannot have these constrictors with a vasodilator and expect, like, what are you expecting? It almost sounds like two conflicting things. Now, I'm no chemist, but it just doesn't make sense. I would rather have a little bit less stem, more vasodilation, maybe add in something on a nootropic level with creatine, with, I'm going on and on. I might need to come out with my own shit. But yeah, I think a pre-workout is great. I think you just need to address, like, are you a powerlifter, strong man? Like, you're just doing 1 rep maxes. I think if you're doing that, maybe something that has more vasodilation you don't need to be doing. Maybe you need something that's more energy based. One guy says, hey Phil, my muscles get tight after 2-3 variations of intense workout and I can't push weights easily and after. So you have a recovery issue. I think you need to check your food sources, like making sure, I say food sources, you need to make sure you're getting enough calories, and you need to figure out, what you do for recovery. Sounds like you're also dehydrated. A lot of us don't drink enough water. Like, even for me, like, this is me in the sauna. It's an infrared sauna. Shout out to Sun Home. And, yeah, I don't have any fucking water in here. And I didn't even ask my wife to go grab me some. So I'm, in a way, normal too. I make mistakes. One guy says, I'm newly retired from highly competitive swimming and I've been lifting intensely with failure training. But I'm seeing much progress. Going to failure training may not be what you need to do. I think you need to do a call came in. My dry cleaning is ready. My suits are ready for the Arnold Classic. Or they messed them up. I'm hoping that they just have them ready. I think you need to, work more 8 to 12 repetitions, a little bit more high volume, especially with you being a swimmer. I think it would be valuable. Hit the link in my bio. I got 12 weeks worth of workouts in there. It push notification right to your phone. It's easy peasy. But they're actually workouts that I wrote myself. So, and it's like $5 a month. Like, you gotta be kidding me if you can't afford that. I had to step out for a second. I had to make sure, because when that answer machine came in, the lady was like, all right, your suits are ready. I'm like, man, they better be ready, because otherwise I didn't know I was going to wear for the Arnold Classic. What's the best time to work out around a fast? Man, I don't know. And, I don't celebrate Ramadan, and I have nothing against it. But I think you're just going to probably have to do it upon waking up. I think you're going to have to do it as soon as after your, morning prayer. Go just attack it. I think that's probably best. Static Ghost says, what do you think is a good chest routine for full focus on mind muscle? Like you said, it works side delta on that. I mean, incline movements are key. You got to do that. And I'm going to refer you back to the link in my bio, man. The workouts are there. It's $5. Go get it done. You got all my favorites in there. Sets, reps, resting periods. It's in there. That's why I made it so cheap, by the way. Because if you can't afford that, then you probably couldn't afford a phone. But you can afford a phone. All right. What would you say to someone who is trying to enter their first men's physique show? Well, first of all, congratulations that you decided to get up on that bodybuilding stage. I know it's very, very difficult in your mind. All you got to do is commit. All you got to do is have self-awareness of currently where you're at. You got to take responsibility, and even a greater deal of your responsibility that I wrote myself. So, and it's like $5 a month. Like, you got to be kidding me if you can't afford that. I had to step out for a second. I had to make sure, because when that answer machine came in, the lady was like, all right, your suits are ready. I'm like, man, they better be ready, because otherwise I didn't know I was going to wear for the Arnold Classic. What's the best time to work out around a fast? Man, I don't know. And, I don't celebrate Ramadan, and I have nothing against it. But I think you're just going to probably have to do it upon waking up. I think you're going to have to do it as soon as after your, morning prayer. Go just attack it. I think that's probably best. Static Ghost says, what do you think is a good chest routine for full focus on mind muscle? Like you said, it works side delta on that. I mean, incline movements are key. You got to do that. And I'm going to refer you back to the link in my bio, man. The workouts are there. It's $5. Go get it done. You got all my favorites in there. Sets, reps, resting periods. It's in there. That's why I made it so cheap, by the way. Because if you can't afford that, then you probably couldn't afford a phone. But you can afford a phone. All right. What would you say to someone who is trying to enter their first men's physique show? Well, first of all, congratulations that you decided to get up on that bodybuilding stage. I know it's very, very difficult in your mind. In your mind, all you got to do is commit. All you got to do is have self-awareness of currently where you're at. You got to take responsibility, and even a greater deal of your responsibility to your training and to your diet, to your cardio, to your sleep, to your recovery. You got to take accountability and show up. Be polished. Look at the YouTube videos. Guys like Jeremy Bundia, he's won the Olympia 4 times. Look at guys like that who's done it over and over again. Maybe hit him up. You can hit me up about, training and such, but I'm no men's physique competitor, so maybe hit him up. Shout out to Jeremy, you're the fucking GOAT. I don't care what anyone says. You're the GOAT in men's physique. You won 4 in a row. What is your most challenging workout? Usually it's back and legs. And just because of how I do it, because I make sure that I'm not taking a long resting period. Any chance to get my autograph during an Auto Classic, you have to go to the KSM booth and also the Panada booth. If you have anything you want me to sign, you can bring it there, okay? I will sign for free. I will sign your stuff for free. Just do me a favor, don't resell it on eBay. All right, I'm getting ready to get off of here. A lot of people keep asking me, like, why'd you retire? I might have to do a long form YouTube on that. When I say long form, we're talking like maybe 15 minutes. What do you guys think? Let me know in the DMs what you guys think of the next YouTube video I should do. Troy Steele, thank you very much. Thank all you guys for your much love and support. Anyone that's dealing with depression, try your best not to suppress all your feelings. And what I mean by that is when you're in private, when you're alone, don't suppress them. Yesterday, I was driving, and I'm going to share this and I'm going to leave. So yesterday I was driving to the gym, and I was like, man, I want to play some music and this and that. And shout out to my wife, but normally when she's in the truck, I don't play music very loud because we're always trying to talk. And when she's not in the truck with me, I was like, let me just play this loud. And the sun was out, which is a rarity right now in Michigan. It was like 50 degrees. So I had the window cracked. So I started going through different songs. And at first it was like hip hop and stuff. And for some reason I was just like not happy with the current songs that kept rolling up. So I went to my go-to, which is Chris Stapleton. Best country western singer, I think. There's no reason why Beyonce should have won over him. No reason. So I just put it on, shuffle. And then these songs from him, Luke Combs, Zach, all these guys just kept coming up, and I just started getting emotional. And I was like, man, what's going on? And then I stopped at a light, and I was like, am I about to cry, at the light? What's wrong with me? And why I'm sharing this with you is that I was allowing myself the opportunity to just not suppress whatever's going on. And as I kept driving, I was like, I could feel myself fighting it. And I had my glasses on, because I usually drive with my Ray-Bans, those Meta glasses. So if I need to record something, I can. And I get to another light, and I was like, you're fighting some emotions. You need to just let this go. You need to not care if someone were to see you at the light crying. They don't know you, but you need to know yourself, and you need to unleash like whatever you're suppressing. So I just turned up the music a little, a little louder, and it just, man, I mean, tears were rolling down, and I was just like, whoa. And then it went from like, what is wrong, to like, thank God this is coming out. Because I felt like there was a release of whatever I'd been suppressing. So if you're suppressing something, I suggest, spending time alone, maybe listening to some of your favorite music that uplift you. I'll be honest, like a lot of hip hop stuff doesn't uplift me. It's just like a good beat, and, some of it's funny. Some of it's kind of entertaining, but it's not like, a good R&B song or, a good country song where I know the words. Old hip hop does. But yeah, spend time with yourself and allow yourself the opportunity, the permission to just feel. And if you feel like crying, like, you let it go. Because after I let that go, I shared all my stories, and I was like, man, I feel so great. I hit my wife up on voice note, and we just had like this really cool exchange. And then I had the greatest workout, believe it or not. The best workout. So I'll leave you for now. Stop suppressing everything. You're holding on to a lot. And it can put you in a depression. And I've been there. But I can tell you on the other side of it, when you release all that, it feels great. And you will have the greatest workout. So if you want a great pre, sit with yourself. Meditate about what you would like to have and what you would like to give yourself and to others. Love you guys. Peace.